If your group is sounding great and the material is at a level that you want to capture, it's time to record.
Making an album is a long process. It makes things a lot easier if you have a group that is gelling in all areas, musically, personally, and professionally. You're the leader of this group. It's on you to make sure everyone knows their parts well before you even think about hitting the studio. Know what your recording goals are. If you're just trying to do a quick demo, you may want to try to record everything in the box, meaning using a DAW like Logic or Pro Tools.
Maybe you know a producer that's looking to get some experience, or better yet, maybe you want to start learning how to use one of these programs to record and mix a demo yourself.
This can be a huge challenge, and you will run into problems along the way. But by doing it yourself, you'll also learn how to solve them.
One of the ongoing themes of this course has been to respect the group's time. This definitely applies in a recording situation.
Try to book the studio well in advance of the session after confirming dates with the group. The recording process can take a couple of hours or weeks. It's up to you to decide how much time you need to track what you want and book the appropriate amount of time. Setting up the studio always takes longer than you anticipate, and you shouldn't be concerned with getting it done quickly.
You're creating a snapshot of your group that you'll be using in a lot of different ways for a long time. Make it the best it can be.
If this is to be a more serious album, book some studio time with professional engineers in a professional setting. Hopefully by now you have some people in your network that either know some engineers or are engineers themselves. Spend some time with the engineer discussing references and instrumentation. Think about the recording process you want to employ. For instance, typically the vocalist will record a scratch vocal, not to be used on the record, just to aid the parts that are recording, and will overdub the final part later. Are you recording the rhythm section first and overdubbing other parts? Are you trying to record everyone live at once?
Discuss this with your group and come to a consensus. Keep your engineer and producer informed and ask for their input as well.
I was able to get some advice for this portion of the course from some friends of mine that run studios, and they all said the same things. Be incredibly rehearsed. The magic doesn't happen in the studio. It happens in the 10,000 hours of practice ahead of time. Practice while really listening to yourselves. Learn about EQ and make sure each part has its own space within the music. Finally, take constructive criticism and use it to make a better recording. Try the engineer's or producer's advice. Odds are they've been doing this a lot longer than you and are only trying to make the best product they can.
The best trait you can have in a recording situation is patience. Without it, records have a noticeably unfinished quality to them. Play more shows than you think possible before even thinking about hitting the studio. And when you start recording, take your time. When it's done, you'll know.